Hey, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Samuel, and today I'd like to talk about some of the weirdest laws in the United States, which are still in existence even today. And let's go with that, okay? It's against the law for a woman to drive a car in Main Street unless her husband is walking in front of the car waving a red flag. Can you think about that? How that's gonna strike a man or a woman, somebody who says that. Okay, if a person, let's go to the next one. And bingo games cannot last more than 5 hours. Okay, and chicken are not allowed to cross the road. This is in Whitman, Georgia. Chicken are not allowed to cross the road. What's going to happen if they cross the road? Is that bad for the state? Is that going to break some laws, or because of the road safety? Or let's think about something. Why the chicken are not allowed to cross the road? For what reason? For Okay, let's go to the next one. Perhaps the lawmakers have got a point there that they think that it's bad for the chicken to cross the road. Yeah. Okay, if you cut down a cactus, you could be sentenced to 25 years in prison. This weird law is active in the state of Arizona. Uh, and the next one, policemen are allowed to bite a dog if they think it will calm their dog down. Pulled in, this is in the state of Ohio. Okay, let's next one. It's illegal to sell your eyeballs. These are the eyeballs, and they are illegal to sell. What is that considered to be like organ trafficking or something like that? And it's illegal to sell your eyeballs. Well, okay, I'd like to know somebody who has tried to sell their eyeballs, and because of that reason, the law has been brought into effect that you cannot sell your eyeballs. This is in the state of Texas. Okay, it's against the law to sign off key. This is in North Carolina. Okay, you may not sell toothpaste and a toothbrush to the same customer on a Sunday, and this is in Rhode Island. You may not sell toothpaste and a toothbrush to the same customer on a Sunday. You may not do that. What's going to happen if you sell a toothpaste and a toothbrush to the same customer? Okay, perhaps they're going to fight that somebody's toothbrush is better than his or hers, or the plastic is of different origin. Perhaps that's for the ocean is bad. Perhaps that's, yeah. Perhaps for whatever reason, I don't know. Perhaps if you've got any opinions, just put your comments just below this video. Okay, you will not allowed to eat fried chicken any other way than using your hands. This is in the state of Georgia, Gainesville. You are not allowed to eat fried chicken any other way than using your hands. Okay, can I use my toes, for example? Can I use a fork and the knife to be able to chop that into small pieces, to be able to put them into my mouth? And what is that? That's too ridiculous. That's too weird. You're not allowed to eat fried chicken any other way than using your hands. This is in the state of Georgia. Okay, let's go to the next one. And marriage between cousins is against the law only if they are younger than 65. This is in the state of Utah. Marriage between cousins is against the law only if they are younger than 65. And the state of Utah, oh my goodness, marriage between cousins is against the law only if they are younger than 65 years. Yeah, this is so much weird and strange that it made me repeat a sentence three times to be able to fathom that. Okay, well, let's go. And red cars may not drive down Lake Street. This is in the town of Minneapolis, in the state of Minnesota. Red cars may not drive down Lake Street. Okay, you've got to take a white car, a black car, a yellow car, or uh, some other color of the car, and it's forbidden for a female to appear unshaven in the public. Oh my goodness, it's forbidden for a female to appear unshaven. Does she have to show her armpits or some other private parts somewhere? That makes us think that in the Carrizozo, this is in the state of New Mexico, it is supposed for men to check women and to take their underwear off to be able to have a look if the women are shaven, to check their armpits or some other product. If we've got anything equivalent of that, perhaps we've got a few of that in Russia, but I've got to check about that. The weirdest, the weirdest Russia. But as I'm a resident of Russia, I've never heard about that. I don't know anything, something like that that you're not allowed to. Um, uh, in the Wikipedia, no, the Google says that the ridiculous laws all over the world, but the tops the list the U.S. law with the last one that it's forbidden for a female to appear unshaven in the public. This is in Carrizozo, in the state of New Mexico. If she appears shaven, or I'm sorry, unshaven, what's going to happen? How that's going to affect the public or those around. But that's quite ridiculous, which makes me think that men or some other people, once their woman comes out of the house, or they check her, check her if she's shaven, some pubic areas, or something like that, or she's got to make her hands like this to be able to exhibit whether her armpits are free of any kind of the good hair there. Okay, my goodness. Let me check out something like that, of that equivalent about the Russian. Okay, let me have a look. Uh, Oh, okay. Yeah. Russia has the kind of in June the 13th. Russia received international criticism for enacting an anti-gay law, which purportedly was to prevent distribution of non-traditional sexual relationship and ideas among minors. Yeah, that is not so much welcomed in Russia. To just to um, distribute that kind of an concept, or uh, LGBT or something like that, that was heavily, and sometimes it's in some provincial towns, it's heavily criticized and looked down upon, even in the 21st century. But in St. Petersburg or Moscow, I think that is quite liberal and quite democratic, and it's quite okay. But officially, as the law has been enacted back on June the 4th, or back in 2013, that is quite illegal to distribute that. Okay, well, and it's illegal to have dirty car in the city of Chelyabinsk, which is somewhere quite near, not far away from Siberia. You cannot have. Could you? Can you just compare that? If there is any kind of weirdness between the laws that in the Carrizozo state of New Mexico, that a woman cannot appear, cannot come out into the public without without being unshaven, and you cannot leave the car. You cannot leave the car. The Russian law. It's illegal to drive a dirty car in the city of Chelyabinsk. You've got to take it into the washing shop to be able to to be able to wash that and drive that clean. Driving a dirty car can up to 2,000, which is equivalent to $62. It can, okay, let's go to the next one. I'm talking about the weirdest laws in Russia. Sale, import, and production of lace panties. Okay, that's bad. Oh, lace panties is Russia. Okay, yeah, that's kind of a lingerie or the underwear, panties, and there is a picture here. Yeah, sale, import and production of lace panties is prohibited. Honestly, lace underwear does not comply with technical requirements adopted in Russia. Oh well, I didn't know about that. Anything about the lace panties? Okay, let's move on to the United States laws because they've got a big list here. No, the list is over. I've got to get the stupid laws in Russia. Let's go and try to compare that. It's illegal to brush your teeth. More than category archive. List about Russia, stupid laws. Yeah, collection of the stupid laws. Yeah, sure. Okay, well, it's illegal to brush your hair, brush your teeth more than twice per day. Why is that bad? Are you gonna Are you gonna just wear off your animal on the kind of their coating your teeth? Anyone not willing to work a 16-hour day can be thrown into prison. It's illegal to get caught cheating in an exam. I think it's everywhere. It's the same, especially when the state exams takes place, where when the high school student gets out of the school and he wants to demonstrate his so to say GCSE or to take that exam to be able to get closer to the university, to enter the university, has got to demonstrate that in a specially equipped hall where the cameras are just watching them. And the cheating is prohibited. You may be thrown out of the exam, and you won't be able to take that exam that year. And that means that you'll miss 1 year, and only the next year you will be able to go and take that once again. And that is quite serious. Yeah, it's illegal to say any sentence containing more than 4 words in English. In some areas, all boys must be given the name Stalin as one of their middle names. I didn't know anything about that. This is happening in Russia. Okay, the weirdest laws in America. Okay, well, what about China? What about China? China is quite tough, and I think it's um, you cannot do a lot of things there because China is quite tough. Sure, yeah. I think like that. I've never been there. If you've got any opinions and anything, anything special, anything funny, and please share your opinion. Put down some comments down there, down below this video. Okay. It looks well. Oh my goodness. This was a good side, but it looks like you are using an ad blocker. It wants me to continue with the Prime for just $1. No. Okay, thank you. I'll go to the next side, and the craziest law still exists in the United States. Perhaps I've read that already. Okay, my goodness. Let me check that out. What happens here? Okay, I'd like to know. I'd like to know from some 10 countries. What kind of weird law have they got there? Okay. Well. Think about the laws that you think fit. You think that they'll make a lot of people laugh. And something has caught my attention is that uh, a woman cannot go unshaven in the public, and in Russia it's illegal to sell lace panties because it's outside the state regulations of the underwear. Are there any underwear regulations? Oh my goodness, that's a crazy thing to do. Well, it's illegal to wear. This is about the United States and the state of Alabama. It's illegal to wear a fake mustache that causes laughter in church. Yeah, that's a quite serious topic to talk about religion. No one may tie their pet dog to the roof of a car. No one may tie a dog to the roof of a car. Okay, carrying animals on the outside of the vehicle. No person driving a motor vehicle shall transport any animal in the back of the vehicle in the space intended for any load on the vehicle on the street unless the space is enclosed or has certain tail walls to a height of at least 46 inches, extending vertically from the floor. Okay, I'll leave that up. Well, okay, and what about the Arizona? The Grand Canyon State welcomes you. This is the state of Arizona. It's illegal for men and women over the age of 18 to have less than one missing tooth. To have a missing tooth. It's illegal for men and women over the age of 18 to have less than one missing tooth visible when smiling. I've got one here, but I'm not sure it's visible when I smile. The law was implemented during the Wild West days in order to encourage the people in town to make dentistry more when I smile. The law was implemented during the Wild West days in order to encourage the people in town to make dentistry more of a priority. Wow, that has a reason there. What about Arkansas and honking one's car horn at a sandwich shop after 9 p.m. is against the law? Oh my goodness. September and the second sounding of horns. And there is a kind of an wide explanation of that law, which is demonstrated here, just above in sounding the chorus of horns at sandwich shops. No person shall sound. No person shall sound the horn in a vehicle at any place where cold drinks or sandwiches are served after 9 p.m. Code of 1961. Okay, my goodness. Welcome to California. This is from California in Chicago, California. It's no. It's in Chicago. I'm sorry, California. It's illegal to own a green or a smelly animal hide. Oh my goodness! And there is an explanation of that law. It shall be unlawful for any person to keep, store, or have in his possession any green hide or any hide given off an offensive order. Yeah, orders are bad. And let's have a look what's happening there in the state of Colorado. Okay, owning a house where unmarried persons are allowed to have sex is prohibited. Wow, my goodness. Okay, owning a house where unmarried persons are allowed to have sex is prohibited. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's go to the next one. And this is the state of Connecticut. And it says it's illegal to blow a whistle outdoors. Okay, and then why is it illegal to blow a whistle outdoors? No person, not a member of the police department of the city, shall have in his possession or blow upon whistles or use in any manner the whistle or a call known as the bean police call. Okay, now, well, what is that about Delaware? Okay, it's in Roboth Beach, Delaware. It's illegal to whisper in church. You cannot say something like this. You've got Hello, my ladies and gentlemen. When the ceremony is underway, okay, let's see what happens in Florida. It's illegal for hot dog vendors to dress provocatively. Yeah, you cannot wear this kind of the daggle there with the open breast if you are a female, or a mini skirt or something like that. Okay, what happens there in the state of Georgia? In Columbus, Georgia, it's only illegal to fly a model airplane as long as it's either on your private property or on property adjacent to a morgue. Okay, oh my goodness, that's strange, funny, and or provoking. You know, in Columbus, Georgia, it's only legal to fly a model airplane as long as it's either on your private property or on property adjacent to a morgue. Okay, it means that if you're flying your plane on a private property, you can just crash down. If you crash down, if an accident happens, your dead body will lie on your private property or in the plot of land, or in the if you are in the adjacent or in the premises of a morgue. Once you die, once you crash, you'll be in the considerations of the fast transportation to the morgue, so that no people sees uh, that a plane has crashed, and the operator has died because of that reason. Okay, let's have a detailed explanation why you are not allowed. You are only it's only legal to fly a plane or a model airplane as long as it's either on your private property or on property adjacent to morgue. Model airplanes unlawful to fly except in designated areas. It shall be unlawful to fly within their city limits of Columbus, Georgia. Model airplanes that are propelled by gasoline, which to the country more. Yeah, that's that's kind of a weird. That's kind of strange. That kind of tough. That is. What about that? The Hawaii, riding in the back of a seat of a car without a seatbelt will get you fined. Yeah, that is the case in most of the places. But riding if fastened in the bed of a pickup truck is completely illegal. Well, but riding unfastened in the bed of a pickup truck is completely. Oh, no, I'm sorry. It's completely legal. Riding unfastened in the bed of a pickup truck is completely legal. Oh, goodness. Idaho. Oh, my goodness. Well, let's go and check. It's illegal to sweep dirt out of your house. This is in the state of Idaho. Does that mean you've got to keep the dirt in the house and just inside? How shall you get out? To collect that in their plastic bag and take that to the garbage box, to the get that out. To collect that in their plastic bag and take that to the garbage box, to the garbage truck. Well, what about the Illinois, the land of Lincoln? The big billboard that is just on the roadside says, if you are riding a bike, don't do anything fancy. Fancy riding is illegal in Galesburg, Illinois. Oh well, what about Indiana? State of Indiana. In Indiana, it's only legal to throw a rock at a bird if it's in self-defense. This means that in case in case the bird attacks you, you can just shoot it back. Either you can throw a stone back. Okay, what kind of birds are there in that area, or those endemic birds is the most dangerous that they may attack a person, and the person is green lighted to be able to throw a stone at the bird in self-defense. Oh my goodness. Well, what about the state of Iowa? Palm reading and fortune telling is forbidden in Cedar Rapids, Iowa. We cannot palm read or fortune tell like most of the gypsies laughing. What about the Kansas? Welcome to Kansas, Midway, USA. Well, okay, in Wichita, Kansas, it's illegal. In Wichita, Kansas, it's illegal to say rude things on the phone. Okay, well, okay, I'm so much curious to be able to figure that out. Why is that illegal to say and rude things on the phone? Where does this law come from? Section 5, 82010, telephone service interfering with one, it's unlawful for any person to use, cause to be used, or knowingly permit another to use any telephone instrument, telephone equipment, or telephone facility to make any command, request, suggestion, or proposal which is obscene, lewd, uh, lascivious, filthy, or indecent. Yeah, perhaps that has got reason, and it's quite okay. Kentucky. United we stand, divided we fall, says the coat of arms of Kentucky, and it's illegal to dye a duckling blue and sell it unless you sell at least 6 of them. Oh, Louisiana. Well, what about Louisiana? You can be sentenced to 10 years behind bars for stealing an alligator. Okay, are there any alligators there? Okay. What state was that there? The chicken were not allowed to cross the road. I don't remember. That was just in some other article. Okay, theft of an alligator. I'm figuring out that law is misappropriation or taking of an alligator or alligator's skin or a part of an alligator, whether dead or alive, belonging to another, either without a consent of the other, to the misappropriation or taking. Whoever commits the crime of the theft commits the crime of the theft of an alligator when the misappropriation or taking amounts to a value of $500, a man shall be imprisoned with or without hard labor for not more than 10 years. So it may be fined not more than $3,000 a baht for stealing an alligator. It has got some very tough consequences if you steal. And what about the state of Maine? And it's illegal to sell thermometers. Oh my goodness. You're gonna check your temperature like this on your armpit if you sell temperatures. If you're not allowed to sell, oh, I'm sorry, thermometers. If you sell, somebody's gonna learn their temperature outside, then what happens? Okay, well, let's check out the state of Maryland. Okay, well, be careful with your road rage. It's illegal to use profanity on a highway in Maryland. Yeah, you cannot say any swear words outside on the highway in Maryland. Well, what kind of weird law has the state of Massachusetts got? Okay, the sale of bottled water is illegal in some parts of Massachusetts. Oh well, Michigan. And Michigan, it's illegal to kill a dog using a decompression chamber. Okay, decompression chamber. Yeah, this is something what is given if they have a plane or some other vehicle or something decompresses. That means that some kind of an outside air is gonna enter inside, and you're most often what is ordinary on board of a plane. You're just taught before you take the flight that something just from the kind of the above the head, the kind of then rack, it automatically just pops down and you put that on your face. But if you've got a small kid, you've got to do him to allow him breathe first, then take yourself that which allows you to breathe and keep alive so that you won't strangle yourself of um, of the minute to get a massage after 11 p.m. It's a misdemeanor, and this is in the state of Minnesota. It's a misdemeanor to get a massage after 11 p.m. Well, what about Mississippi? Well, it's illegal to have unnatural intercourse. The punishment is a $10,000 fine and up to 10 years in prison. Wow, you can have sex. Missouri. Well, what about Missouri? Yard sales are forbidden. Well, what about Montana? Okay, the game of golf, frisbee golf. Frisbee golf. I don't know what kind of golf is that, but it cannot be played at night. The game of golf, frisbee golf, cannot be played at night. What about Nebraska? Well. Anybody with a sexually transmitted disease is not allowed to get married in Nebraska. Well, you're gonna infect somebody with HIV or AIDS if you've got any kind of that viral disease. Well, let's welcome to the state of Nevada. Sex toys are illegal. While New Hampshire, and it's illegal to take seaweed from a beach. New Jersey, it's illegal to wear a bulletproof vest while committing a murder. Okay, New Mexico. Well, according to New Mexico state law, idiots are not allowed to vote. How are they gonna figure out whether you are an idiot or not? Is that just um, is that just put on your forehead, which indicates that you're an idiot, or how are they gonna figure out that a person is an idiot or not? Uh, uh, Based upon what they're gonna come to such conclusions and ban him from voting? Okay, this is in the state of New Mexico. Well, let's move on. New York, in the state of New York. Well, cheating on your spouse is illegal in New York, but a lot of people, I'm sure, a lot of men be illegal. North Carolina, stealing over $1,000 worth of used restaurant grease is a felony. North Dakota, New Year celebrations are pretty lame in North Dakota. On New Year's Eve, it's illegal to set off fireworks after 11 p.m. I think this is quite okay. I'm so much agreeable because I'm so much tired when a lot of fireworks are set when kind of a wedding ceremony takes place, especially where I live in Russia, in the southern part of Russia, just nearby the next Black Sea coast, and there are a lot of fireworks and these kind of the crackers that just that just set the town up on a massive noise. This kind of the explosions and the blasts take place, and it makes me feel uneasy. And I think the same. Would be a better thing if that kind of the law is adopted in Russia. New Year's celebrations are pretty lame in North Carolina. On New Year's Eve, it's illegal to set off fireworks. It's quite okay. I love that law. Ohio. And what about it if you lose your pet tiger in Ohio? You have to alert the authorities within the hour because it's a dangerous predator, and it may kill someone and drink the blood, etc., etc. Oklahoma, and what that kind of law it has got, and it's illegal to trip a horse or wrestle a bear in Oklahoma, Oregon. Well, and it's illegal to put a box of human feces on the side of the road. My goodness, it's something like the garbage, which is the case in Russia. A lot of people, I think, it has to do with the laziness. They don't like walking up some some 100 meters away where the garbage boxes are located to be able to put that garbage into that kind of a garbage box, and they just leave that just alongside the road with that package under the sun, and and sometimes the dogs or stray dogs and something like that tear them apart, and that is just that is scattered all around the road, and that is often could be seen because people here in Russia, they are now fined because of just throwing away their garbage packet on the roadside without taking that to the box. They're not fined, and that's why it, they just keep on doing that. In Pennsylvania, convicted felons can't play bingo. Rhode Island. Okay. Mike Tyson would have done 20 years in prison if he lived in Rhode Island. Biting off someone's ear or other limb is a severe penalty. Yeah, Mike Tyson wanted to eat some human flesh back. Then in 1997, while he was fighting Evander Holyfield, he wanted to eat meat because before the fight or just around that time he didn't have any meat, and then he felt that he had a wolf's appetite. He beat off Holofield's ear tip, and that was the case which led to the introduction of this kind of a law in South Carolina. Okay, well, it's illegal for anybody under the age of 18 to play a pinball machine. Okay, well, and South Dakota, Mount Rushmore. For some reason, it's illegal to fall asleep in a cheese factory in South Dakota. Tennessee. Well, in Tennessee, it's legal for anybody to run for a public office if they have ever participated in a duel. Yeah. Texas. Okay, in Texas, it's illegal to own more than 6 dildos. You can't have more than 6 dildos. Okay, what about Utah? Okay, no keggers can be thrown in Utah because it's illegal to possess a container of beer larger than 2 liters. Oh my goodness. Oh my God. And Vermont. In Vermont, it's illegal to take your clothes off in public, but if you get naked at home and then leave the house, it's perfectly fine. Okay, I'm gonna do that once again. In Vermont, it's illegal to take your clothes off in public, but if you get naked at home and then leave the house, it's perfectly fine. So we can't go out into the public if you're female without being unshaven, but now you can leave the house. Uh, it's illegal to take your clothes off in public, but if you get naked at home and then leave the house, it's perfectly fine. It's okay to uh, yeah, it's okay to take your clothes off in the eyes of a lot of people. And what about Virginia? Uh, in Virginia, it's illegal to have oral or anal sex. And what about Washington? This is state number 47, Washington. You may be fined for harassing Bigfoot if you happen to find him. And West Virginia, roadkill may be taken home for supper. Roadkill may be taken home for supper in order to clean up roads not regularly maintained by the Department of Transportation. This law was passed. Not only did this law assuage the cravings of adventurous individuals looking for free meat, It lowered the cost of road maintenance as well. And in Wisconsin, it's illegal for a government to ban flushable urinals. In Wisconsin, it's illegal for the government to ban flushable urinals. Wow. And the last one, the Wyoming. It's illegal to sell junk to a drunk. Okay, has anybody tried to sell junk to a drunk? Thank you for being here. If you've got any weird and hilarious thing here, or write a comment just below this video. Thank you for watching this one. My name is Samuel, and this video comes to you from Russia's southern city of Sochi, where it's August the 14th, 2018. Thanks for watching this video. Thank you once again. Goodbye. See you next time.